Very good morning, everybody. President of this college, Sri Basavaraj A. Devar, SVV Sangha Indi, Vice President Sri Nilkantagowda Patil, Secretary Sri Prabhakar S. Bagli, Principal of this college, Dr. A.C. Narvinamani, IQSC Coordinator and Organizing Secretary of this webinar, Dr. Jayaprasad D. Dr. P.K. Rathod, convener and HOD of Economics Department of this college, distinguished other faculties, distinguished delegate friends, dear student participants, and other dignitaries of the dais. It gives me great the pleasure, honor, and pride to me to be with you as a resource person of this webinar. First of all, I should congratulate the principal of this college and team for organizing a day webinar on issues and challenges in entrepreneurship under modern era. Uh, I congratulated principal of this college and team because of few reasons. He has shown great academic spirits. I mean, whenever you have this type of events, helping the young minds like students, young research scholars, young teachers, and also at public laws. Through this webinar, you are spreading or you are disseminating knowledge among the stakeholders of the seminar about entrepreneurial activities. In addition to this, this type of events helping the college to earn the name, fame, and also the people come to know the what are the things going on in the college. For these reasons, I congratulated the principal of this college. Once again, I congratulate the principal and team for showing great spirit of organizing one day webinar. First of all, I want to say a little bit about the economy. Economy of any country depends on three important sectors. One is primary sector, secondary sector, and territorial sector. And performance of these sectors purely based on the way in which the country having economic policies. I mean, the whatever performance come out from primary sectors purely based on the economic policies of the country. Similarly, secondary sector also performing well whenever having appropriate the policies as far as industrial development of country and service sector and the performance of this sector influencing on entrepreneurial activities. Whatever entrepreneurial activities emerge country like India or any other countries, a developed country or underdeveloped country, purely based on the performance of sectors like agriculture, industry, or even service sector like that. Entrepreneurial development leads uh, improve the economic status of country, improve the standard of living of people of society, facilitates creations of job opportunities, and producing more goods and services, best innovation, and improve the happiness of people of society. In addition to these things, many good outcomes as a result of appropriate entrepreneurial activities in any the country. Yeah. Uh, my talk answers to various questions like what is entrepreneurship, who are the entrepreneurs, what are the areas having young minds for entrepreneurial activities, and brief history of entrepreneurship in India. What are the steps involved in entrepreneurial process, and what are the forces behind to start entrepreneurial activities? I mean, what are the forces actually the individuals have to start their own ventures, and what are the role of entrepreneurs in modern economy, and what are the issues and challenges of entrepreneurial activities? Uh, I mean, what are the issues and challenges of entrepreneurship in that modern era? Uh, these are the questions I raised as far as my presentation is concerned. I am attempting to answer to these questions. Uh, First of all, I want to say what is entrepreneurship? It is a systematic process of designing, launching, and running a business with the intention of to make the profit is said to be called as entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial is to undertake the different activities like production activities, marketing activities, human resource related activities, finance activities, and R&D activities. The intention is to make the profit. I think all of you might be aware to make the profit are concerned, the organization has to do many things to produce better quality product and to marketing that products properly. For that, to use the finance and ensures appropriate innovations. As a result of appropriate innovations, many a good outcome as far as organization. Once organization having better innovation, as a result of that, the product is unique uh, than the competitors. The product is unique than the uh, maybe other business organization. So these are the things helping them to make the profit. These are the things helping them to prove better than the competitors. And next is who is entrepreneur? The entrepreneur is a person who buys factors of production at certain price and selling at uncertain price is known as entrepreneur. Generally, the entrepreneur buying factor of production at a specific price and selling higher than that price because since entrepreneurial aim is to make the profit. In order to make the profit, the entrepreneur should to sell uh, more than what actually is spent as far as raw material or man or land or like that. And one more, in other words, entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risks and enjoying most of the rewards. In fact, the business is involved huge that risks. Without having risks, there is no business. I mean, whenever you take the high risk, high profit, and you take the less risk and less profit. Therefore, as a result of taking risk by the entrepreneurs, they have many rewards. Maybe name is there, fame is there, is able to contribute something towards society, and also you earn the profit and also contribute towards economy of the country and GDP of the country, trade balance. Okay, there are many outcomes as a result of better entrepreneurial activities. However, from this it is very clear that entrepreneur is a key person who envisages new opportunities, new technology, new line of business, new products, and coordinate all other activities. And what are the areas we have uh, to start the entrepreneurial activities? I mean, what are the areas for entrepreneurial activities? Uh, First one is agriculture and other activities. Under this, no crop production, plantation, forestry, livestock, fishing, mining, and quarrying. These are the some important areas fall under agriculture and other activities. The young mind should start their own venture uh, in agriculture, since country India is a country more than more than 70% of people depends on agriculture. So once the young minds show the interest and undertake the activities in agriculture field, definitely they are able to do something for the country, do something for their family, and they are also able to earn something. And another important area is trading services, uh, manufacturing, any maybe electronic goods manufacturing, or maybe other than that, manufacturing, electric electricity, gas, and water supply. These are the some area fall under traditional sector like industry. And third one is important and very the popular sector is knowledge intensive sector. Under this, no, many areas are there: information technology and finance, insurance, and business services, construction, community related activities, social and personal services, supply chain, transportation, and storage, communication, etc. These are the first areas the young minds have to start their own venture. And I want to share with you a brief history of entrepreneurship development in India. Uh, Entrepreneurial activity is with us since industrialization. During industrialization, the people know about trade. People know about maybe role of trade, and even they are exporting goods to other countries. So whatever it is, here I am attempting to give a brief picture of history of Indian entrepreneurship. And British government made sincere attempt to put the base for industrial development. Many industries came up during 1850 to 1914, and the first industry policy made into existence in the year 1948. It provides guidelines for industrial development. I think all of you might be very aware whenever we have the appropriate guidelines as far as particular economic activities are concerned, definitely we are able to do better. So, first industrial policy, that is 1948, no, provides appropriate guidelines. Where should we start industry? In which area should we start? Why should we start? And what is the size of industry, whether it is public or private. Like that, it gives clear guidelines. And new industrial policies came into existence in the year 1956, and it pronounced mixed economy. And during a 5-year plan, given priorities to strengthen the industry. I think all of you might be aware during a 5-year plan period, given priorities for agriculture, industry, and as a result of that, many big industry came up uh, during 5-year plan period. My first 5 year given much priority for agriculture. Second is industry. Like that, so big industry came up during the 5-year plan period, and many good outcomes as far as economic prosperity of concern as a result of 5-year economic plans. And during 1960, yeah, one more scheme emerged, that is to encourage the entrepreneurs by giving incentives as you are very well aware, incentives are always motivating the individuals. Whenever young minds have incentives, they are able to come forward and start their venture and invest their money, and they are able to do something as far as betterment of the economy of the country are concerned. Since country like India is facing many problems, among different problems, one of the most important problem is unemployment problem. Once young minds start their own venture, they are creating the job opportunity, and they are mm, making a difference as far as the economic conditions of the country are concerned. In the year 1968, Pandey Committee were constituted to identify industrial backward regions, and during 1970 to 1990, major industry reforms were taken place, and later government of India attempt to develop industry according to changing environment. Uh, the what are the next is what are the steps involved in entrepreneurial process? First one is discover different things relating to business, like the generation of idea, understand business environment, and recognize opportunities. First of all, the young mind should generate the idea, and where should we start, or what type of entrepreneurial activity should we start? Why should we start? Is it the profitable? If profitable, what extent it is profitable? So idea, generate the idea. Uh, uh, the business and the young minds no, should gather information or to generate the idea. Where should we start, and is it profitable like that? And as far as the discovery of different things are relating to, as far as to discover different things relating to business are concerned, important aspect is that to understand exactly about business environment. So the business environment, business organization, entrepreneurial activity require to work under certain environment like political environment, economic environment, social environment, cultural environment, and even technological environment. And under globalization, different type of things are there in your business activities. So that should be required to face by the business organization. Once the young minds understand exactly before going to start their own venture about business environment, that may be clearly gives where plus points are there, where weaknesses are there, where opportunities are there, where maybe threats are there, and they are preparing to face that. They are preparing to overcome that. Therefore, understand exactly business environment. Once we have clear-cut idea about business environment, that may be guiding exactly what type of product should be produced and how to produce and how much should we produce and what are the expectations of the customer, and to meet the expectations of the customer, what organization is required to do like that. And the next is recognition of opportunity. Okay, these are the information should be first gathered. Then the next important step is what conceptual development. Uh, once after generating ideas or after conducting information relating to business environment, next important step is what conceptual development, like to prepare the business plan and to determine the objectives and target. So business plan is very essential. It may be helping the organization how much capital is required, and how what type of manpower is required, what type of machinery is required, and how much should be invest in machinery, how much should be invest for manpower, how much uh, amount should be invest by organization for other activities. So the conceptual development, second step is conceptual development, and third is resources generation. Once conceptual development over, next is resources generation. Resources are very essential. Identify the resources like men, machine, material, and other things, other resources, and acquire resources properly and appropriately, and then only the organization is able to do something, or individual is able to do something in organization. And fourth step is what materialization. The materialization also one of the important steps as far as to start the entrepreneurial activities are concerned. Under this, the business no, so start the business and start the production activity and start the marketing of goods and services and start other activities like R&D or finance and the human resource related activities are. So here, no, the business required to, I mean, entrepreneur required to utilize all resources optimally. As suppose fail to utilize all resources optimally, the organization unable to produce product according to their expectation. That is not helping the organization to earn the profit, and same time that is not help the organization to discharge their obligation. And last steps in a entrepreneurial process is harvesting. Harvest in under these steps, no, they have to expand their business. They have to think alternatively to do the business. Because already the business organization have profit. Uh, by using that, the business organization should adopt a growth strategy and expand their business horizontally, vertically, and even beyond the national boundary or in different countries. Next, what are the forces uh, behind young minds to undertake the entrepreneurial activities? There are different the forces generally they have or forces the young mind to undertake the entrepreneurial activities. First one is economic condition. Economic condition is one of the most important forces. I mean, uh, the economic condition is encouraging the young minds to enter into entrepreneurial field, like economic resource of the country. Whenever the country is rich as far as agricultural aspects are concerned, many young minds emerged as an entrepreneur in agriculture area. Similarly, suppose the country having industrial resources, our country having scope for undertake entrepreneurial activity and service activities. So economic resources are very, very important as far as to start the entrepreneurial activities are concerned. Economic resources are pushing the individual to undertake entrepreneurial activities. Whenever we have better annual income or parents annual income, our country maybe per capita income, the country also is very good, and GDP and many other economic policies also may be part and parcel of economic conditions of the country. Yeah. So economic condition influencing on individual to undertake the entrepreneurial activity without money or without capital or without fund. Very difficult to start entrepreneurial activity because whatever economic activity you take, that activities are required huge capital or huge money to start the entrepreneurial activities. Second one is psychological features or psychological factors. And psychological factors forcing the young minds to undertake the entrepreneurial activity like courage to invest money, courage to undertake economic activities, and strong need for achievement because every human being have own uh, the lifestyle, our own attitude, own thoughts. So strong need for achievement. Whenever we have the pictures like this, definitely that may be forcing us to enter into entrepreneurial field because of what? Because of what? To earn something or to achieve something or to earn it or to do something for the society like that, and risk taking ability and self motivation and creating creative thinking Okay, these are some psychological features of human beings. These things are forcing the individual to enter into entrepreneurial activities. Next is important. The process is that is caste system or caste practices. I think all of you might be aware. In India, no, uncountable castes are there. They have own practices and they have own the professions. Because of what? Because of hierarchy caste system is restrictive. These people should do. No, I mean right now is changed. Anybody can undertake any activities, but earlier was that type of system. The same, I think, still also the prevailing many places or maybe in country. Whatever it is, caste system was influenced to undertake entrepreneurial activities. I mean, the Brahmins are the learned people. They are assisting the Kshatriyas and for administration, and Sudras are undertaking the agriculture activities, and they are helping these peoples, even Brahmins and Kshatriyas, and one more that is communities Vaishya. Vaishyas are undertaking trading activities. Whatever the big activities or whatever activities you take in any places in India, most of the business communities are Marwadis or Jains are. So Jains are very less, but 99% Marwadis are undertaking the entrepreneurial activity because of what? Because of the caste, our hierarchy caste system, and some other aspects like social sanctions, cultural values, and role expectations are responsible for emergence of entrepreneurial activity. Skills of any entrepreneurs was inherited from ancestors. Next important the process is ambitions of individual, like self-employment. Some people wanted to become a self-employed and fulfill their desire and family desire, and to do something better in economic activities. And another process is compelling reason. There are many compelling reasons like continue family business, unemployment, and dissatisfaction with job. These are compelling reasons. Whenever we have family business, we have to continue in that area. And whenever we are unemployed, we are searching for job. We should survive. Therefore, we start the entrepreneurial activities. And whenever we dissatisfied with existing job, once we are not compatible with existing job, or once we come to know that this job is not enough for me to meet our own responsibilities, that time we are able to come out uh, from the particular job and start their own venture. That is a compelling reason. And encouraging factors like experience, low competition, technical skills, government support, availability of finance, and demand for the product or services, and favorable business environment. Some other factors also encouraging the young minds to undertake the entrepreneurial activities. Next is role of entrepreneurs in modern economy. Already I said entrepreneur plays very dominant role in any country since they are ensuring to utilize the natural resources, agriculture resources, and even manpower, machine. Uh, these are the things now come out because of what? Because of systematic entrepreneurial activities. Whatever it is, the what are the role of entrepreneurs as far as that to generation of employment are concerned, contributions of GDP are concerned now. And entrepreneur contribute a lot towards the employment. From agriculture sector, I mean agriculture sector contributing towards employment market amounting 32.33%, and industry contributing towards employment market 26.18%, service sector contributing towards employment market uh, in India 41.49%. From this, it is very clear that the agriculture is not contributing too much since most of the people are undertaking the agriculture. I mean, 70% of people lived on the basis of agriculture income, even though that sector is not like the service sector. Of course, service sector include many things, but the service sector contributing towards employment market amounting 41.49%. And uh, GDP contributions are concerned. Agriculture contributed towards GDP 17.32%, industry 29.2%, and service sector contributing towards 53.6%. From this, it is very clear that entrepreneurial activities plays dominant role as far as improve the GDP are concerned and minimizes the problem of unemployment are the concern now. Second is create the wealth and sharing the wealth. Entrepreneurial activity create the wealth and sharing the wealth, because once any economic activity started now, that is create the job opportunities. Once job opportunities are created, people are getting job. Once people are getting job, they are able to start earning. Once they start earning, their purchasing power is increases. Once purchasing power is increases, they are come forward to purchase the product. At the same time, it is helping the industry to produce more product or services. Like that, these are the outcomes. As a result of entrepreneurial activities, the people are generating the wealth, even country also generating the wealth, country also earn the name and fame. Avoid the regional imbalance, especially whatever area you take, every that, country. I mean, having a rich area, poor area, and poor infrastructure or better infrastructure. Like that, there are many reasons for that. Especially the Karnataka are concerned. No? HK region is a regionally, I mean, HK region is a backward area. Uh, in order to overcome, the country gave the special status for HK region. As a result of that, many new industry may be come up, or good infrastructure may be come up. Uh, New of that, improve the educational facilities, improve the road facilities, field facilities, and many other good things come out, hospital facilities. So these things, no, facilitates to improve the economic abilities of the people. Because once industry come up or once entrepreneurial activities emerge in particular area, they are able to get the job. From that, they are able to earn something. Okay, like that, and also this type of things helps to tap the untapped resources and utilize all available resources properly. Yeah. And entrepreneurial activities helps to improve the standard of living of people of society. Whatever today we are using, or whatever today we are having, because of what? Because of entrepreneurial activities. The entrepreneurial activity facilitates innovations and invention. As a result of that, production is a better product, quality product, required product. So by using these products, the people improving their standard of living. And other role like strengthening the trade balance or balance of trade, and improving per capita income of country, and economic independence, and utilizations of resources, and development of new market, and strengthening the economy. These are the outcome as a result of what? As a result of entrepreneurial activities in any country. Yeah. So entrepreneur plays dominant role as far as to meet the requirement of country, as well as to meet the requirement of all people of the society. And in recent past, no, the many uh, projects, I mean, many schemes introduced by the government of India to develop the entrepreneurial activities. Startup India initiatives. Startup India initiative came up with the intention of promote entrepreneurs by mentoring, nurturing, and facilitating startups throughout the life cycle. And another important scheme is Make in India. It came to existence to promote entrepreneurship through procure investment, foster innovation, develop skills, etc. And Atal Innovation Mission, its aim is to promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in technology-driven areas. And Stand Up India, its objective is to facilitate bank loan between 10 lakhs to 1 crore to at least one SC or ST, and at least one woman per bank uh, branch for setting up a greenfield enterprises. And Pradhan Mantri Kaushalya Vikas Yojana aims is to train youth in industry relevant skills to enhance opportunities for livelihood creation and employability. And National Skill Development Mission. The aim of this uh, mission is, I mean, the aim of this institute is to develop the skills of individual, since skills are very essential as far as to undertake any activities. However, how does the national skill development the mission is working? I don't know, because whatever the policies actually we have, that policies are of course very best, but the people are not using properly. I mean, misusing that uh, opportunities, because they are not really uh, the executing the what purpose behind that activity. As a result of that, nobody can get the training, and after training, they are not able to start their own venture, because sometime no sometime create the simply document and then get the money in many cases, because I think all of you might be aware. I'm not criticizing the way in which some organizations are working, but I am saying the truth about that organization, because the huge money earmarked by the government as far as the particular activities are concerned, but that is not properly using by the uh, people, as well as even that those who are really leading that organizations are. And Next is issues and challenges. The core area of my presentation is issues and challenges. Of course, whatever so far as I said, that is also core area. But as far as topic is concerned, this is, I think, important to highlight. Uh, Issues and challenges of entrepreneurship. There are many issues are there in an entrepreneurial activity or entrepreneurship. Like, globalized environment. Entrepreneur required to work under globalized environment. I think all of you might be aware. We are in the era of globalization. The globalization means the whole world is a small place. I mean, small ground. Anybody can play. Anybody can go out from the ground, or anyone can produce product. Anyone can sell their product behind the national boundary or within the boundary. So, I mean, there is no restriction at all. Anybody can enter, anybody can exit. So, the big scope are there as far as those organization is very strong. Those organization have ability, and they're able to survive it. But at the same time, globalization environment is adversely affecting on small entrepreneurs, or it discouraging to young minds to enter into entrepreneurial activities, because already many organizations are working on same field or same area. So whatever it is, whenever we are capable, competent, efficient, whenever we have zeal or desire, whenever we have ambition, Definitely, that may be force us to enter into entrepreneurial activities. Once we enter into entrepreneurial activities, definitely we are able to get success. So the globalized environment is very that encourageable, same time discourageable. But I said no. Whenever we are better than the others, definitely we are able to remain uh, healthy basis for long term, in particular in a business. And adoption of new technology. This is very essential. Whatever economic activities you take, it is very essential since business is dynamic. Every day many changes are taking place. Customers also expecting different things. And business organizations, existing business organizations always come up with new technology. But what I'm going to tell here, the entrepreneurs should adopt appropriate technology. As a result of that, they are producing better quality product, and that product is marketable, saleable, and that product to be accepted by the people of society. And problems of manpower, maybe in some area the labors are not available, maybe skilled labor or unskilled labor, or even after acquiring the manpower, the important problem is management of manpower is difficult because management of machine is very easy. Management of material also very easy, but management of manpower is very difficult because every individual have own lifestyle and working style, attitude towards work, and they have own ethics towards professional their professions, and always they are thinking differently. Whatever it is, once the organization having appropriate the policies, definitely that may be help the organization to manage the manpower. But this is also one of the important issues, which is fall under the entrepreneurial activity, since manpower are playing vital role in any organization. Whatever good things emerge, whatever bad things emerge, or whatever improvement to be taken place in organization purely based on the manpower. Therefore, appropriate management is required. And marketing problem after productions of product, the next important problem is marketing. So most of the small scale industry facing marketing their goods and services. Even many big industry or medium enterprises now facing the marketing problem. But whenever they having adequate financial the facilities from the country, or even whenever banks provided uh, adequate finance to the young minds like entrepreneurs, definitely they are able to marketing their goods and services. We have different avenues to marketing goods and services because we're in the era of globalizations, no? And lack of finance. This is one of the most serious problem being facing by the most of the entrepreneurs. Most of the entrepreneurs become weak, sick because of what? Because of financial problem. Since finance is a blood of business, without finance, there is no economic activities, and therefore uh, the entrepreneurs require adequate finance and appropriate finance. Then only is able to do the job properly. And balancing of economic objectives and social objectives are. I think all of you might be aware. There are two important objectives behind business are concerned. I mean, there are two arguments we have. One, as far as business objectives are concerned. Some scholars argue that business is a business is part and parcel of society. Therefore, business should think only to discharge social obligation, not make the profit. And another argument we have, the business is an economic activity, should only think about economic consideration, not social obligation. Whatever it is, where business is there, their society is there. Where society is there, their business is there. And whatever resources actually the business organization using, that is belong to society. Therefore, the business organization should concentrate to earn the profit within the legal means and within the or with discharging their obligation towards society. then only that profit are called as ethical profit. So should try to make balance between economic objective and social objectives. This may be helping the organization to remain in a particular field for a long time. And unfavorable business environment, business maybe adverse conditions emerged as far as business activities are concerned because of what? Because of many reasons, maybe uh, political reasons, or maybe even many changes taking place as far as business activities are concerned, legal environment, or customer taste, habit, preference, and even customer level of expectations also changing. These are the things sometimes adversely impact on the profitability of the organization. And most of the entrepreneurs not having managerial skills. Managerial skills are essential to manage all the business affairs, to manage manpower, machine, even manage the customer, and to meet the requirement of the customer. So most of the industries, no, especially entrepreneurs, lagging as far as the managerial skills are concerned, and lack of proper government policies. Of course, since independence, government of India made many uh, the policies. That policies help a lot to develop the strengthen the industry. Even though uh, the policies are not working up to mark because of many reasons. So the needed appropriate policies and improper banking system. Why I called improper banking system? You see, the Malaya and Nirav Modi, how much the fraud they made as far as um, banking the activities are concerned. They taken a huge loan, but they have not given back. So this is a big loss to the public. No? Whatever money the banking organization having, that is belong to the people of society. Whenever only people are using the money and they are not refunding the money, do you think this is the right banking activities? So whatever money given by the bank to people of society as a loan, they should give back to the bank. Then only that is benefiting other people or society. So this is one of the important issues fall under as far as economic activities are concerned. So the country should ensure appropriate banking system, and political interference always is there. So this is also should be not correct as far as to develop the entrepreneurial activities are concerned. Legal and bureaucratical constraints also there as far as to develop the entrepreneurial activities are concerned. Now, before going to wind up, I want to suggest some suggestions as far as to improve the entrepreneurial activities are concerned. Uh, Proper and useful industrial policies are essential. Of course, there are many policies come up as far as industry development are concerned. Still, we are lagging behind to tap the untapped resources. Therefore, there is urgent, we needed appropriate industrial policies that may be helping to tap untapped resources, that may be helping to encourage young minds to undertake the entrepreneurial activity. This turn to minimizes the unemployment problem of India. And another important suggestion is ensure appropriate and adequate infrastructure. And this is very essential because infrastructure like roads, insurance, banking, schools, and some other infrastructure no, are essential as far as to improve the standard of living of people of society. And even entrepreneurial performance purely based on the availability of the infrastructure. Especially country like India, still some villages do not have road, not have school, and even the adequate natural resources are there surrounding that village. But because of roads or because of schools, the people not able to come forward. whatever infrastructure actually having in any places now, definitely that are impact on lifestyle of the individual, standard of living and education status. So like that, therefore needed to ensure appropriate infrastructure to industry up to entrepreneurs and encouraging entrepreneurs to undertake entrepreneurial activities uh, at encourage, different ways are there to encourage entrepreneurs, maybe incentives or entrepreneurial education. And because people know once we completed the degree or postgraduate degree, we are only thinking about to get the job in government sector or industry, but we are not thinking to get the or to start our own activities in agriculture. So needed to educate properly about the role of agriculture and what are the opportunities are there in agriculture to young minds. So then only the young minds come forward to start their own activities in agriculture and performing and monitoring banking activities properly. Already I said what are the loopholes actually the banking activities have, and that should be overcome in order to properly utilize the whatever fund actually banking regulation having. Ensures appropriate entrepreneurial training. This is also very important. Most of the entrepreneurs fail in entrepreneurial activity because of what? Because of lack of training. And encourage research and development. This is also very important. Strengthening public enterprises. Uh, I want to comment on this. As you know very well, since independence, many good policies come out as far as India is concerned. As a result of that, simultaneously, private enterprises also developed and public enterprises also developed. We are the people of this country. Whatever resources we have, so to utilize the resources properly. I mean, the public enterprises, no, definitely the protecting the interest of uh, the all peoples. But of course, private also is protecting the interest of all people. I think what argument actually we have whenever private organization emerge, no, the wealth is concentrating. Once wealth is concentrating, they are maybe not protecting the all interests of the people of society. They are only considered the interest of their own people, and those peoples are very near to them. Uh, Therefore, we needed more and more public enterprises. We should to strengthen the public enterprises. But in recent past, the public enterprises is weakened the over a period of time. That is not a good sign of prosperity of the country. That is not a good sign of uh, the way in which the country is discharging their obligation towards people of society. So I am thinking the country should strengthen the existing public enterprises and start the more public enterprises and should give more priority for education. I mean, government should open the government schools and government colleges and even should ensure more and more universities with good infrastructure that are directly or indirectly helping the people to uh, get required things and this type of things are helping to produce more entrepreneurs uh, and next is what legal provisions should protect. I mean, appropriate legal provisions are required as far as entrepreneurial activities are concerned. I mean, we have right now we have many legal provisions. Along with that, we should ensure appropriate legal provisions through which the country able to protect the interests of entrepreneurs, at the same time protect the interests of the stakeholders of the particular entrepreneurial activities. Develop strong capital and money market. Appropriate tax system is required. Not practice the loan waiving practices. I think all of you might be aware in recent past, always the state governments or central government is thinking to waiving the loan. Instead of waiving the loan, for example, suppose you waiving the loan to the farmer or laker or even any industry, so that is not a right way. uh, Instead of waiving the loan, we should utilize that amount for strengthening the irrigation of particular area. Once you strengthening the irrigation, that may be benefiting the larger number of people, or that is forever. So instead of waiving the loan, so the country should think to protect the interest of all by strengthening the irrigation, by strengthening the industry or agriculture like that. Proper implementation of scheme. I think we have many schemes. All governments are that introducing the schemes, but that schemes are not properly utilizing by the people, or even uh, that even that is not really reach to needy. So that should be needed to change. Then it is benefiting the people of society. Yeah. I hope what I have discussed so far is you are very clear. Uh, the entrepreneurial activities are very essential uh, for the country required to ensure appropriate policies for that. And even the young minds also should come forward to utilize the agriculture resource properly for entrepreneurial activity purposes, industrial resources, and should start their own venture through which you are able to contribute something towards your own family and towards GDP, towards trade balance, and you are able to contribute a lot towards minimizes the unemployment problem. Uh, with these words, I thank the organization. My special thanks are due to the Dr. P.K. Rathod, uh, uh, convener of this seminar, and also I thank principal and I thank everybody for having invited me and patiently listening my the words so far as. Thank you everyone. Thank you.